Like, all right, look, how do we actually get people into something where they can actually still be doing some sort of professional development, even though, well, we can't actually, come into the same place. And so the idea was, wait a second, here's a crazy idea. Why don't we do them one-on-one virtual? And they're like, cool. Well, then everybody came back and they're like, actually, we kind of like it. I don't have to spend like $1,500 traveling someplace. I can study at my own pace. I said, well, this is really, frankly, kind of in line with Living Fit's whole model of sort of hybrid, sort of that more modern learning style, rather than everybody goes someplace and spends 2 days in a week, a weekend in a CrossFit box, and then afterwards has a sweaty group pic. Let's keep it.
I love it.
It's super convenient for people, right? So anyway, this is my home gym. Okay.
I'm gonna forget the order that you said these. Let's see.
Ankle, shins, knees, and lockout.
Triple extension.
Okay.
Explosive.
Still just a triple extension. When we get explosive, they come up because you're really firing. So there you go. Let me show you a couple quick things on those. You're going to find that with a lot of clients, when they do their setup, they tend up lifting the back.
Mm-hmm.
So as you've got your bell square away, and you can see me good?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I square them off just like a barbell. So I'll square them off with that bar right across the shins, the same way that I would with a barbell deadlift, right? Exactly the same setup. As I said, it's powerlifting from here down, Olympic from here up for the most part. So as I square them off, I'll get them to go in, brace down, and you notice that I'm not like this. Really long femurs, they're going to widen their stance.
Okay.
Bring your butt down and your chest up. There you go. Put that weight through your forefoot and come about 4 inches off the ground. Where are you getting it?
I was getting it like in my quads.
Right. Now I want you to try it again, but push through your heel and midfoot.
Okay. I do.
Right. So when most people complain about deadlifting, they usually complain that it hurts their knees or it hurts their lower back. It's also 100% set up and foot drive. So that's why we pay some good contact patch attention when we're setting everything up. So as you do that controlled deadlift, we're going to go ahead and cue that as to come up and then tuck the tail and brace the shoulders back, right? And I'm locked out right now, right? And you should be locked, like fully under tension. I should be able to push you over and you won't move. Your toes should stay down. And sometimes you'll
hinge your butt back towards the wall. Bell goes down around shin height. Feel that pull in your hamstrings. Stand it back up. Slight tuck of your hips at the top. Go down again. Stand up, thrust. Slight tuck of your tailbone at the top. Set your bell down, going for the ISO deadlift. Hinge, bend your knees slightly. Pick up your bell, break that handle, raise the bell to shin height. Hold.
You ready?
Ready.
Start down now.
Let's go.
Okay. Starting with the belly brace, we're going to bring the bottom of that bell right into your belly. Feet are planted hip width underneath you. All 10 toes grabbing onto the floor. Hinge your butt back. Feel that pull in your hamstrings. Thrust up and back and thrust up. Chest supported swing. Base of the bell is right into your sternum. Hinge your butt back and thrust up. Back.
Legit 2 minutes. All right. So those look great. One thing to kind of keep in mind is be able to work them through the progressions of speed as they go through. Be able to ramp them up. And again, you can turn that into a drill. You can sit there with a stopwatch and just roll them through a Tabata with that. Be 20 seconds of going ham, and then 10 seconds of just sort of soft and just lazy. 20 seconds of going ham, 10 seconds soft and lazy. And at the end of 4 minutes, they're going to curse you and everything you've ever learned. So those look fine. All right, so what we're going to go through now is we're going to go into your clean progressions. What I'm going to have you show me is a dead clean from the floor to the rack. From there, I'm going to have you show me the training wheels drill, the cheek curl with training wheels drill. What I'm looking for is you to talk me through that elbow slide and that shoulder roll, right? Little engine that could. All right. Choo-choo. So have you take me through that. Have you go ahead, do a few fully hinged cleans. Take me right through those cleans, and then have you show me a couple. And you're going to start off with the dead start clean because it's going to be on the floor to begin with. So we'll get through there, and when you're ready, I'll give you your 10-second countdown.
Okay. Dead start, training wheels, hinge clean. Okay.
All right. 10-second countdown is rolling. You got this. I've got full faith and confidence in you, Faith.
Let's go.
Okay. Squatting down, picking that bell up. Hand is on the corner of that bell. We're going to pull that elbow back, clean the bell into that racked position. Training wheels. We're rotating that bell out, grabbing it with the opposite hand, letting it down, pulling that shoulder up, elbow back to pull that bell back up with that other hand assisting it. Pulling that shoulder up, elbow back, opposite hand assists, rotating out, opposite hand assists it going down. Hiked clean. Hinging hips back. Oh, wait, I was going for a snatch. Sorry. Hiking hips back, cleaning into that racked position. And set that bell down.
All righty.
Okay.
Yep. Plenty of time left.
Yeah.
A little over a minute, right? Cleans are super easy. So what we're looking at with those, big thing that we're looking at with the cleans, I would not cue them with a hike, cue them with a hinge. Otherwise, they're going to think that they're going way the hell back, right?
Okay.
If they start getting into doubles, that turns into disaster.
Okay.
So what ends up happening is you start getting into doubles. What I mean is I move massive amounts of random crap around. When you start with doubles, you've got those bells straight forward. You can be right here. You're going to throw them backwards.
Okay.
And you play kettle music, right? You get a little tink tinks.
Tink tink.
Watch your pinkies. You'll do it once. You'll never do it again. So everybody nails a pinky on doubles once.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
When you're swinging and nail the knee once. Yeah, if you've never hit a knee with a kettlebell in a backswing, it makes a thunk sound that you'll never forget.
Yeah.
You get like one of these hollow combos.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that I've ever hit it with a double. I don't know that I've got my pinky yet, but all of my bells are like the cast iron, so most of them are
a little smaller.
The weight that I've been using. Yeah, a little bit smaller in their size, so I could see that with the comp bells.
Go ahead and try double cleans real quick, and you'll see that you just get both shoulders rolling, and it's okay if they're mismatched. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
This is where that rollout, that unwind, and there you go. That's where it really sort of comes into play, and that's why we emphasize that shoulder draw and rollout so much.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. I
Yep.
can also tell that you're right-handed because you put the heavy one there. Everybody puts the big bell on the side they like best, or they always start on their favorite hand. Every single buddy does it. So,
I need to do it on my left, especially after today. I need to do it on my left.
I'm telling you, man. Well, so I'm completely imbalanced. I will freely admit it, man. Yeah, I wanted to get my COVID vaccine. I'm like, what arm? So the left side. They go, why? I said, because the right one wins championships. The left one's along for the ride, man. This one where we win.
That's
All right.
funny.
So cleans look good. What I'm gonna have you go ahead and do now is I'm gonna take you through some snatch progressions, and what I'm gonna have you do is clean to rack, then take me through the ladder drill, show me how to do a half snatch, then show me how to do some full snatches. I'm looking for the neutral wrist. I'm looking for the roll out and drop. I'm looking for the pull. All right, I'm looking for that clean and pull as it goes through. I'm going to have you ladder up. I want at least 3 steps on the ladder, so I don't want it to be just, oh look, and oops. No, no, boom, boom, boom. I want you to work it up.
Okay.
All good?
All good.
All right, you let me know when you're ready, and I'll give you a 10-second countdown. This is easy.
Okay.
Just you thought you know this stuff.
We got it. Okay. We're ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. Bell starts between our feet. Squatting down to pick that bell up. In our racked position. Fixing my position. Bell goes down, up to chin height. Down, eye level. Forehead. Full snatch.
Okay, now, yep, work the ladder up, but this time don't do it dead. Do it from a hinge.
Okay. Chin, hinge, eyes, hinge, forehead. Hinge, full. Bring it down for a half snatch. Hinge, full, and all the way down.
All right, good to go. You can see, even with correction, still plenty of time.
Okay.
So, learning the value of a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes when you're coaching is pretty critical to be able to have those quick bang, bang, bang cues, and not just to follow me, but being able to just consciously talk through it. People who are athletes are not wired like that.
Yeah.
It's something you have to work on. You have to work on it all the freaking time, and it's uncomfortable. People are seriously, most people are video presenters. They're not, because at the end of the day, they're watching short cue reminder videos in a workout software. They're watching bake-ins on apps. They're watching Instagram, and the sound is off. They're listening to music. They're at the gym. The sound isn't on, or they've got captions going in the side. And so when they get used to you talking them through it, when you're one-on-one, it's much less stressful. When you're just talking to somebody, just like somebody's there in your gym with you, somebody's there in your studio with you, whatever. But when you're actually just online, loud and proud, it scares the hell out of people.
Yeah.
All righty. So next thing we're going to go through is we're going to run through pressing progressions.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to want to look at with that is a rack to an overhead press. Then I'm going to want you to go ahead and give me a couple reps of that, rack it out to a bottom up. Take me through some of those drills that you loved absolutely so much, and take me through some intervals. And then show me a push press and a jerk. And talk me through each one and tell me why each one's a little bit different. So when you're ready, I'll start your countdown.
Okay, ready. Ready.
All right, 10-second clock going.
Let's go.
Cool. Okay, rack your bells. We are going to a partial press, elbow out, press, to about head height. Bring it back in. Full press going all the way up. Arm bicep is in alignment with the ear. Pull that back down. Go again, full press. Make sure you're braced. Root it through all 10 toes. Set that down. I'm going to switch out my bell, going for a bottoms up rack position. You can also assist that rack when you bring it up and then let that go. Playing with that bell. Move that up mid-height. High. Low, playing with those levels, burning out those muscles. Go again, mid, high, and low. Core stays braced. And set that bell down. Is that everything?
Push, press, and jerk.
Press and jerk. Right. Okay. Rack that bell. Going for a push press. Bring that back down. Pushing through your feet, bending at your knees. And bring that back down. Going for a push and jerk. And bring that bell back down and jerk.
One more.
And one more. Yep. Because I felt that one.
There you go.
Yep. And set that bell down.
All right, cool. And even with all that stuff, you still had a minute left.
Cool. Okay.
All right, yep. So we're totally good there. All right. So now comes the part where we actually set LF2s apart from the rest of the freaking herd. We do complexes. We love complexes. You know the difference between an exercise, a complex, a circuit, and a flow?
Yes.
Talk to me.
An exercise is just one movement. A complex is two movements back to back. A circuit would be like if something were working one exercise for X amount of time, take a break, going into another exercise for that allotted amount of time, take a break, and running through those circuits. And a flow is multiple movements put together to create a dance.
So, mostly right. We don't dance with kettlebells, right? You know, well, you can do your last tango in ironworks. That's totally great, but that's totally not what we're going for there. Right? That's the messaging we like. So, what you're largely looking at, right? A rep is a rep. A circuit or a complex is typically two or more.
Okay.
Combined for efficiency and treated as one exercise. So a good example would be the very classic bear complex, right? Which is clean, squat, overhead press. It's basically just a broken thruster. All right, so clean, squat, overhead press. But they're just three distinct pieces of the movement treated as a single rep. So you'd write it as one rep, but it's really that complex. And that can be, again, two or more movements, typically two or three. Most commonly, I'll typically go like three, but like a man maker is a complex. A Turkish get-up is technically a complex. A burpee is a complex. So if you think about what's a burpee, it's a squat, it's a thrust, it's a push-up, it's a sprawl, it's a squat, it's a jump.
Okay.
It's complex.
Never thought about it like that.
And so if you think about each of those movements, you want the precision in each one of those movements for the complex to actually not just be this big slurred blob of a movement, right? So now when you get into what a circuit, it is sets stacked on each other. 10 and then 10 and then 10 and then 10, start over. 10 and then 10 and then 10 and then 10, start over. 10 and then 10 versus ones, which is going to be a flow, which is going to be one and then one and then one and then one with as little space in between each as possible, as smoothly in the transition as you can cut them.
Smooth.
Okay.
That was a better word. Yes.
Dancing. Graceful works, right?
Graceful. Yes. That's
Graceful, right? But we tend to, within our entire system, because we're going from form into flow, right? We start with these basic techniques to get them dialed in, then we start chaining them into complexes in Living Fit level 2, which is where we're at now. And then we start turning them into flows when you get into 3, because in order to go a lot of flows, you're going to end up wanting to rotationally move through them, right? And so what I want you to do is I want you to take a minute here. You can spitball off of me if you need to. Think about a 3-move complex, because you're going to teach it. You're going to talk through the whole thing. And I usually recommend the whole part whole model, right? Show the whole thing, then break it apart, then repeat the whole thing, because most people can digest. Or you can just build up, right? And it's like, okay, we're going to start with just doing cleans. Great. And now we're going to add in presses. And now we're going to add in squats. Okay. All right. That's the whole thing. All right. Congratulations. Yay. Jazz hands.
Okay. I've got it. A swing to a clean to a snatch.
Whatever works bestest for you, but you get to. When you are thinking you're ready, I will give you your normal 3-minute. Oh my God, the sun.
Does that make it worse? I'm sorry.
Well, now it's just like ambiance. Okay, there you go. I was like waiting to hear like a whisper kick in or something.
Okay.
I was like,
it's more yellow, I guess.
If I'm starting to hear saxophones, it's like, this is the wrong video, dude. All right, complexes, man.
Okay.
All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right, 10-second timer coming. Wait for the robo voice.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so we're going for a swing to a clean to a snatch complex. So starting with our swing, we're single arm swing. Single arm swing to a clean to a snatch. Set up for your swing. Clean that bell. And snatch. Was that all I was doing?
Yeah, but you're supposed to do more than one.
Oh. So, swing, clean.
Part of flowing is you got to be able to keep it going.
Swing, clean, snatch.
There you go.
Cool. Okay. I think that's the part that confused me.
One of the things that always makes me laugh is when people get stuck in a position and don't know how to get the heck out of it. They're like,
oh yeah, I do that when I'm creating flows. 100%. I'm like, wait.
I don't know how to get out of it. Or it'll be something strange, right? So it'll be like, shit. How am I going to get out of this, right? And that's flow, right? So thinking through sort of like ways that you can get out of it, that planned movement is very much a flow thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not just like, I mean, you can do free flows. One thing is actually a lot of fun to do with small groups, you know, like 3, 4, 5, you can do it up to 7, 8, 10 people, is do what's called a follow flow. You put them all in a circle. I do a movement, and then you add to it, and then you add to it, and then you add to it, and you just keep going. It's like, well, where are we going next? I don't know. Well, we're all just going to sit here and wait while you figure it out.
I want to do that so bad.
So much fun, right? But follow is a really nice little thing for team building in small groups, because they basically all just like, come on, Tim, do it. My arms on fire. And so they all start giving each other crap, and it's actually a lot of fun. And so I love doing follow flow work because it's a blast.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Cool. So those are all of your movements. You are good to go. Domini, living finish 2-ish. So let me go ahead and sort of tell you what happens next. All
okay.
Right? All right. Okay. So handful of things that go down next. First thing is we have a private instructors Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
It is called super creatively Living Fit Instructors. I think you're already on it. And yep. So we typically let people in it when they're sort of like in prep. And so it's like ask you questions of like, who are you? Why are you here? Who are you and who sent you? No, I don't owe you money. So we definitely do that. But the biggest thing with that is it's limited to people that are sort of involved with the system so that you can have very candid conversations with people. It's only professionals. It's not going to be anybody you'd potentially be trying to sell to. It's not somebody. So it's like you can let your hair down in there. That's what it's intended. Somebody at some point, I'm sure, will be a jerk and screenshot something or whatever. It always happens. It's the internet. Life is drama. But somewhere along the line, the intent of that group is to be sort of a very sort of chill, candid. I don't know how to handle X. Could one of y'all give me some advice? Here's the nice thing. All the LF4s are in there. So like all 6 of the level 4s are in that group. There's only like 5 or 6 of us. So we're all in there. So on the kettlebell side with the Living Fit level 4s, you're going to have me, you're going to have Jordan, you're going to have Omero, you're going to have Jesse, and you're going to have Matt. Trevor does, he's certified in both. Most of us are certified in both, but we sort of specialize. So Omero, Jesse, and Trevor tend to be more ropes biased, but they do bells. Me, Matt, and Trevor, or me, Matt, and Jordan are bells focused, but we know how to do ropes. So we sort of mix in with there, but feel free to, I mean, it's like we're part of your network now. A couple of other things. If you go for level 3, study up on it. Works about the same way. I usually make Jesse do level 3 so that you don't see the same ones of us all the time. So you'll make sure whoever did your level 2 is probably not who's going to test your level 3, so that you can get the flavor from different coaches. And the point of that is because it just helps you see that there's different ways of doing stuff, because we all do stuff just a little bit differently, and that's fine. If you want to start getting your name out, because gosh, who doesn't? Shoot a note to Jay, who's the owner of Living Fit, just info@Living Fit. And if you like to write, blog. We have a mailbag. Well, the funny thing about that mailbag is we're not writing them usually just for Living Fit's website, although we do. Those are actually press submissions. Jay has a published. You write things for various magazines. You'll write about 10, 1 or 2 will get picked up in a magazine. The other 8 will go and become Living Fit mailbag articles. I've been in probably a dozen magazines at this point. Women's Health, Bustle, She Finds, Men's Health, Tom's Gear. Let's see, I'm a regular contributor on half a dozen of these. I'm on the Living Fit blog. I'm on Gear Patrol. So Jay is a publicist. You want to get your name out there, yeah, Google Mike Silverman kettlebells. Trust me, you will find me. He will do the same for you, because that's how we help you build. So it helps Living Fit just because it just says a Living Fit certified trainer. So it helps him. It gets him some search engine work. But more than anything, it helps you get your name out there as a Living Fit pro. We're the only ones doing that. We are literally working and helping our people get their names out and build their practices. We have a workout builder that you've just probably seen in some of the mail that's come out. Really cool little program. Here's a nice fun thing about it. We also use that as the back end for our virtual personal training.
Oh, okay.
So Jay will refer clients to you now that you're Living Fit too. So if you ask him, say, hey, look, I'd be interested in getting some clients for, for fundamentals level lifting. You'll get a bio. He'll ask you for all your certs. He'll build you out a bio page on Living Fit, and he can actually refer clients to you, and you build workouts for them in the Living Fit workout builder and send them to your client. And he does that. We've got several of them that the L4s work with that are virtual clients that come in through Living Fit. Also unique in the industry. I think we're the only ones. I think we're the only certifier that is actually helping you do actual stuff. So, like I said, we're limited to working trainers for a reason, because you're a working trainer. So we definitely do that. Tommy, our podcast manager. We have 3 different podcasts. If you want to get on one of the podcasts, or you have something you want to ramble about, or if there's one of us that you want to have, hey man, let's do 20, 30 minutes about talking about boom. Just throw it into the instructor group. Say, hey, who wants to do a quick podcast of this? Jordan is all about podcasts. He runs the Platform podcast. And then Tommy runs the Living Fit show. He also runs Living Fit Sports Podcast, which is mostly MMA focused. And so if there's stuff that you want to talk about and get on there, do it. We can get you on the Living Fit show, and you can actually have an episode on there. You can have a bunch, and people are just like, hell yeah, this is great. And you're like, hell yeah, I want to keep writing content. We'll keep putting you out there as a content producer. So that's on there. If you want to do movement breakdowns, meaning if you want to go into the back end of Living Fit's video archives, right? You've seen a million of our videos, right? It's what we compose everything from. We have petabytes of this stuff. But you want to sit there and be like marking it up and writing cues on the stupid video, slideshow style, save it up. It'll end up on the Instagram. If you want to do movement demos and you've got, just a fancy white wall. Well, we all have fancy white walls, right? So it's like, why do we do that? It's like, wow, does this suddenly look like a little more familiar to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably tired of seeing these fancy white walls, right? But you can definitely set stuff up like that where you can actually do movement breakdowns from LF2. Because the thing is, we can take the same movement and have 10 different people do it, and it'll get different page views, and it'll resonate differently with different audiences. Mm-hmm. Because it's just like, I wasn't clicking with how Marcus broke this down, but I really love how Faith showed it. Cool. It'll be the exact same thing, right? So we will do those, and we'll do full tutorials. And if you go on our YouTube channel, we've got that. And so we actually will do things along those lines. If you're teaching clinics, record them, zip it up, get it to Tommy. You might end up just getting the whole thing posted.
Okay.
So we try to help you get your name out there. We try to help you build up as a trainer, and we try to help you, sort of grow within the system, and have you and the system kind of grow together. So we definitely do that. So again, you're in the club now.
Yay! I feel so exclusive.
Virtual high five, right?
Virtual high five.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get our celebratory over-the-shoulder screenshot selfie of us. These are always god-awful, but we totally understand.
What is happening? That's hilarious.
Right. If you have not taken your written test, go do it now. Okay, cool. So once you do that, you shoot a note back to info, and just say, hey, I'm finished up with Mike. That'll actually be touch base, because I'm going to send a note to them just as soon as we finish. Send a note into the office and tell James, our trouble guy, or our help desk and support guy, that you finish it out, and say, yo, dude, face all good to go. He'll email you back. They will give you a discount code for 100% off a super swanky Living Fit shirt that's an instructor shirt, because gotta have swag. Hey, we are all about swag. Another thing we do is we do gear reviews. So if you see something on the Living Fit website that you want to do like a no shit review on, and it's got to be like a no shit. I mean, oh my God, these are so cute, right? I mean, or it's like, wow, these are nice. I like them. They're cool. Thanks. But I mean, like, write it up, newspaper article style review. He can usually get one of the vendors to cough up a freebie in return for a review or a demo video or an unboxing video, things like that.
Sweet.
Okay. No, we are all about it, man.
I love it.
All right. Well, you know how to find me. I'll see you online. Congrats again.
Thank you.
See ya.